Welcome back to Survivor Gabon, you ace holes.
Well, he's out of
ace-holes.
here.
Yeah.
He absolute ace holes. Well, he's out of here, so we don't have anything. Despite the fact that he was ride or die with sugar, but she didn't buy it. She didn't buy it
I got
for
sugar
some
in my
reason.
pocket.
Sugar in my pocket.
So he thought. So he thought.
So he freaking thought.
We
Yeah,
got.
little did he know that sugar in his pocket had gone bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Keep sugar in your pocket too long, she'll go bad.
Yeah.
That's right. That's pretty good.
I know.
You keep something in your pocket too long, it's bound to go
Yeah.
bad eventually, right?
It's true. It's very true. Or it'll go through the wash and get ruined. I think we're losing the metaphor. Anyway.
We also lost Dan.
We did lose Dan. Dan, the lawyer man.
Iconic. He is an iconic.
For being kind of a weirdo.
Dan.
We stand Dan.
Taking one too many scoops. One too many scoops of rice for Dan.
Yeah, I stand down for Dan. I think is probably more accurate.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well.
So.
Yes, we had the double tribal episode. Both voting someone out. Which, an iconic vote for Ace Hole. They had to blur it out. These too gruesome for television. That Ace Hole. But
yeah. Whatever that's about.
Anyway, let's just get into it, right?
Okay. Well, for those of you who are new to the channel, though, just to introduce this whole concept, Zach, you're a Survivor veteran. You've seen every season of Survivor so far. I'm a newbie to this whole thing. I'm only up to date. I've not seen anything past the episode that we're on currently. And I don't know anything. I've been sworn to secrecy about everything in the future. Zach's been kind of taking me through to see go on a Survivor watching journey through all the seasons in chronological order.
It's a pure, untainted experience,
It has been. It has been completely so far.
So often you get into the Survivor fandom and you're greeted with, like, these are the best seasons, these are the worst seasons, and you have the level of expectation going into whatever you're watching, or you, like, know this is the winner, so everything goes into that, feeds into that. So this is like, you never know what we're going to get. So, all right. As always, you can click the link in the description to see the highlights of our reaction together, and then come back afterwards and we'll have a discussion about it. All right?
If you forgive but don't forget.
Yeah, like, what are you going to do with that, Marcus? Like, after the game,
he's on the jury.
Oh,
he's on the jury.
He is on the jury.
Yeah.
I thought, because it felt like a pre-merge thing, so I was like, he's out of here.
Yeah. I got friends.
Yeah.
That had shades of I have friends.
Wow, there you have it, Marcus.
Yeah.
Marcus put it out.
You got blindsided right there,
probably
baby.
Like the last person, if you were just going into this episode and not knowing what's going to happen, probably the last person you would predict to be voted out.
No. Yeah, that pretty much was.
Because, like, on his tribe, he seemed like so well insulated and everything. And then, thinking it was going to be merged, then it also seemed safe.
Yeah, even though they split into two new tribes that evened out, it still was 3-2, 3-2. So it seemed like it was still pretty much a shoe-in for them to win.
They called it. They're like, this crazy bitch Susie. You can't predict.
You can't predict what she's gonna do.
Maybe.
Yeah, but we're not gonna vote for against her though.
Maybe we shouldn't have been so blatant that we freaking hate her. And,
yeah. It's just like, well, Marcus has promised me. I love that. Marcus promised me top 3. He's like, he promised you that. Do you think he really is honest about that?
Yeah, and like he can't promise you that because he doesn't even have even if he wanted to.
Yeah, it's like Corinne doesn't like you. Randy doesn't like you. Who's he gonna take? Bob and you? Like, yeah.
That's big. That's big.
That was pretty big. Yeah, it was kind of that ended up being a pretty exciting episode, all things considered. It was kind of Though I will say, throwing away an immunity idol. There's an element of it that I can kind of respect, where it's like you're making the game a little bit more pure, I guess, by doing this.
Yeah.
And it is kind of it is kind of awkward because I think Ken probably could have kept it like, oh, we can keep this. Me and Charlie keep. It could be like a thing between him and Charlie, like we'll keep this under wraps or something.
But clearly
But
Charlie, he's all
no,
on Team Coda, so he didn't want anything to do
yeah,
with that.
right,
So yeah, from their perspective, thinking they were just gonna steamroll Fong, I guess it makes sense to you don't want to have another unpredictable factor,
right,
especially if
right.
you're already thinking Sugar has an idol. Yeah, even for the people that needed the idol, like it's like a death sentence to even to grab it. Public enemy
Right,
number
because
one, then.
right, because you just betray the trust of everybody. Yeah, it's kind of an unfortunate thing where it's like the tribe in power get to basically just write the rules there.
Yeah, and it's like
So
they probably didn't intend it. The producers probably didn't intend it that way. They probably intended someone like Ken wanted to just like
yeah,
keeps it to
sneakily
himself.
grab it. Yeah.
But that'll happen, and then
Yep.
that's the last thing you want. You want everybody to just know where the thing is, and then yeah. So Marcus, ironically, should have just desperately gone for the idol, but he had no reason to know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got into what looked like it was going to be a merge. They
Mm-hmm.
give all the language that you would expect for a merge. You know, a feast,
Yep.
come together, all this, and then a little switcheroo on them again. He just switched into two tribes, 3-2 majority for Dakota on both tribes. In retrospect, they might have, if they really didn't trust Susie that much, it might have been worth it to throw the freaking challenge for that other tribe. If they really wanted to hold it down that desperately.
Mm-hmm.
Because they could have just because Charlie, it was Charlie, Corinne, and Randy over on that tribe. Like they were unshakable seemingly. So
Yeah.
if they lost, they would have easily picked off Maddie.
Maddie easily. Yeah.
Unless something happened with the idol,
Right.
So I guess.
Well, with that they probably would have tried to split their vote, maybe.
But
I guess it's sort of hard. It's sort of hard to. Yeah, you can't really though. That's the problem there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an exciting episode once Susie became in the power position here. She was making the call one way or the other.
Yeah.
Kenny.
Of all crazy things, and I love the moment there also, which was amazing, where Maddie confronts Sugar and is like, "What are you doing?" Like, you do realize that like Ace had your back. He was not going to turn on you ever.
Immediately, she's like, "Oh, I didn't realize." Like,
and then she gets all sad. She gets all sad.
It's like, because not only did you vote him out, it was like. It wasn't like you were sobbing voting him out. It was like ace hole, like take this.
It was vindictive. Yeah, it was so vindictive. It was just like,
it's
wow,
like, man, wow, that really probably
wasn't
wasn't a good look now in retrospect.
No, probably not. No.
We appreciated it though, Sugar.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. It was entertaining.
Mark Ace.
And then Mark Ace, yeah.
Everybody, he tries to work in Ace for everybody now.
Yeah.
I think he just bunched him in with like alpha male type strong guy.
Oh, he's an ace.
Bully. Yeah. Yeah, so we saw that Crystal knows Marcus's cousin.
Yeah.
Just by happenstance.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it was Crystal? No, Marcus. Knows Crystal's
yeah. Marcus knows
cousin,
Crystal's cousin. Yeah. He's like, he's like one of my best friends.
Yeah. So then they said we're not gonna vote for each other.
Yeah.
Marcus is true to it, but.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his arrangement doesn't exactly make sense. Like you're gonna take Susie's spot in the Coda 6. Like as if Randy would just like welcome her with open arms, like
right, and it's like kind of like okay, so that means I'm the next on the chopping block and you're 6. Cool, like like that's great.
And we're gonna also take out your number one ally first, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, if that's all right. Yeah. Or she's like, hell no.
Then we'll get Susie, who we don't even like after that, and then you can come into the 6, and it's all good.
It's like.
And at that point, there'll be like 8 people left. And now you can come into the 6.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that made like no sense for her to go with that deal. So like go, honestly, going back on her word was probably the best thing she could do because it's like, first
Yeah.
of all, he also is basically telling her to go back on her word to her own ally. He's like, come on, just do that for me. And he's like, I know you said you wouldn't vote for me, but could you vote for Ken? She's like, no, I said no.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's like a moment in chess where like the other side is like looking so solid, and then suddenly they
mm,
make one blunder, and then like one of their most powerful pieces is vulnerable, and they just
yeah,
got Marcus when like he was so fine the whole game. You
mm,
know, he seemed like he had a ticket to the end game almost. So it's like what a very important opportunity to seize there. Not only
yeah,
keep Kenny your number one ally, but swing Susie over and take out one of the power players on Coda. So
mm-hmm.
that's big.
Yeah. So it was big, big effects for the rest of the season here now.
It's one of the biggest like upset votes I feel like for like
Yeah.
a pre-merge situation. Someone
Mm-hmm.
who looked like he was going nowhere suddenly
Yeah.
gets into this swapped into this position that not too hot, not too hot.
Yeah, he was like a pretty big power player for the game for the most part, for a lot of it. So
Yeah,
pretty crazy, pretty
Charlie,
crazy.
Charlie's not gonna be happy.
No, he's Charlie's loved him
Mm.
basically. So yeah, that's rough.
Well, we started us off with Susie getting all that heat in the beginning to
It's
really
true.
lay the groundwork here for
Yeah,
Susie to get her little revenge moment.
yeah, it's for real. They come in the episode and, and they're basically all yeah. It's like I can't believe you're saying that. Blah 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 blah. It's like all anti Susie stuff. Like after they come back.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I think they just got comfortable. They had six. They had the majority,
mm,
and they assumed it was the merge. So it was like we don't really need to completely placate her right now, you know,
right, right.
because we're chilling. Little did they know they would be swapped into a small tribe and be stuck with her there. So you really needed that as the most important piece in this vote. So could have nurtured that relationship a bit more.
Well,
Yeah, Marcus voted out. Surprisingly, who
mm-hmm.
would you give your MVP for the episode? It's interesting. There's a
Mm,
couple different ways you could go with it.
yeah, there is. I think I think I'm going with Crystal. And I think it's because of the pivotal role that she played. Because it kind of looked like she was gonna maybe move over to Marcus's side because of this pre-existing condition or pre-existing knowledge, pre-existing condition. I mean, basically, it is. They knew each other from, or they knew they
Have a
have a connection.
mutual,
Yeah, mutual
not
connection
yeah,
outside the game. A connection outside the game. Yeah,
yeah.
which like lends itself to some sort of bond.
Hmm.
But Marcus basically tried to maybe overextend that bond too much. Crystal does not appreciate that, and then she's able to sort of convince Susie to another option, and
Yeah,
yeah,
Crystal, another
yeah,
MVP under the belt,
yeah,
racking them up.
she's
She's
great.
not doing hot in the challenges, but she can win these MVPs though.
She's doing. I think she's navigating the social game in the best way she's can. Even though she's not like a social butterfly kind of person,
Hmm.
but she's whoever she's allied with is like that's a strong bond right there. Like she basically went to bat to protect Ken.
Yeah,
So
she's got her Kenny.
yeah,
just,
her Ken.
just like
She's yeah, she,
Maddie's got her
Kenny.
Kenny.
Yeah. Well, her Kenny is also Marcus's Kenny.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think her cousin's name is Kenny as well.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And yeah, Marcus was seemingly immediately won over by her too. He was like,
yeah.
Crystal's a really cool girl, actually."
Yeah.
just from talking to her briefly. And in another reality where it was the merge, like a connection like that could have been more helpful. But when it
Yeah,
came down to
extremely.
these tight numbers, and we really, I need to keep my number one, and you don't want to, you want to take out my number one. It's kind of
Yeah.
has to go this way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Susie was
Awesome.
pivotal here as well. You
Yeah,
know,
big time. Yeah,
obviously
she's she was probably the other choice
Queen,
because yeah,
Queen
she
Susie.
ended up being. I know I've been kind of like on team anti Susie a little bit here too, but like it's kind of rough to see her just get beaten up for almost no. I mean, she is a little unpredictable and she's a little weird. It's like in terms of how she acts. Her social game is not exactly strong. I will say,
Uh-huh.
but like it's still tough to see somebody just get beaten up like and is hated by everybody that she's supposedly allied with.
And she's just like, F it, I'm gonna take
Yeah,
power into my own hands here.
it's nice seeing people like that seize the opportunity because there's too many examples in Survivor history where they don't do that.
Yeah. Like up until like the final four, they don't do that.
Yeah, right,
And
exactly.
freaking lunch lady, allegedly Denise.
Yeah, allegedly, the alleged lunch lady.
Alleged janitor.
Yeah.
Lunch lady turned alleged janitor Denise.
Boy.
It's like still waiting for her to make that move. Still waiting to this day. One of these days she'll make her move against Todd. And that's
One of these days.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And she's like made the best move for content as well. Susie. She knew the content. You go with the Kenny and Crystal side here.
Yeah, that's more entertaining. That's way more entertaining to do that.
Anything else
All right.
from the episode?
I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that, well, so with the challenge, it was fun. Bob versus Maddie at the end of that challenge, because Maddie was like kind of mogging to the camera. He was very like like making weird noises and stuff.
Yeah.
And Bob was just kind of like quietly, you know, meditating or whatever he was trying to do, thinking about numbers probably or shapes. But
Physicists love to think about shapes.
They love thinking about shapes, you know. But unfortunately, Bob just couldn't hold out. Bob
He couldn't keep it up. Ultimately,
he couldn't keep it up. Aw.
You wouldn't think he would have hung in there as long as he could against Maddie, young strapping Maddie. But damn, he kept it up for quite a long time.
He did, yeah. Good for him.
And Maddie was just on the brink of not keeping it up.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. He was losing it. He was going like half, maybe quarter. You know, getting. He said Jeff said it was about maybe like a quarter inch. It was like a half inch, quarter inch. You know. So
Jeff commentating on the erection challenge is like this iconic reality TV moment.
Got a half chub going here. It's
Maddie looks like he's losing it. He's thinking about baseball.
Oh boy. Anyway,
come back next week for another episode of Survivor Gaboner. Never been more in.
Yeah.
That could be the name of the episode here.
Never been more in.
It could be Survivor Gaboner.
Oh, Gaboner. Yeah, pulling a Gaboner on that one.
Do you think does that fly in the YouTube title? Will that get blacklisted?
Gaboner? I bet that would. I bet something would probably.
You might think it's like Gaboner or something. You know, it's like.
Yeah. You could spell boner in a funny way to avoid it.
Yeah.
Like a name like BOHN.
Bonner. Yeah.
Yeah. ER.
All right. Well, as we contemplate our boner, we will say goodbye tonight.
Yeah, right.
If you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out the Thirsty BJ episode of Survivor Guatemala.
How fitting. How fitting.
Yeah. The other like phallic names.
Yeah.
There was one called Penn Island.
yeah.
No, that's like one of the only titles is not anything to do with the episode. It was just like something we were talking about with the pens.
Penn Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, check out Thirsty BJ. Something you have to see. So
it's something you gotta see.
wait till the end for a surprise.
I didn't get a surprise at the end. What the hell, guys?
All right. And until next time, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and take care of yourself.